Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Starting with the name of Allah, who is most beneficent, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is me, Miss Maria Zafar, and I am going to explain the third week assignment of English Literature for Grade 4. The topic is The Railway Children. It's about novel. First of all, table of content. Before going to start the reading of chapter 2, there is a brief introduction of novel, introduction of author, introduction of novel, main characters, background information, theme moral values, recapitule of chapter 1, reading of chapter 2. Objectives. Students will be able to get introduced the author, novel, characters, themes, background information, and moral values. Summarize the events of chapter 1, social and ethical development, and then they will read chapter 2. Introduction to the author. Author is novelist Edith Nesbit. Edith Nesbit was born on August 15, 1858 in Kennington, Surrey. She was a famous children's author, novelist and poet. The Railway Children. Introduction to the novel. This is a story of three children, Roberta, Phyllis and Peter, who live in a fashionable villa. Fashionable villa, it's about fashionable Roman history with wonderful mother and father and servants. Until one day a great disgrace befalls the family. Summary of the novel. Based on the novel The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit, the theme of love of the story is the love connection between the parents and the children. This can be seen in the event where the father was taken away. When the father was taken away, this once a happy family had to move to the countryside. Character descriptions. Father, who is a government officer. He is a tolerant, honest, grateful. Mother, she is a housewife. She is a protective woman, resourceful, loving, proud. Roberta. The nickname of Roberta is Bobby. She is 12-year-old oldest child. She is brave, loving, caring. Peter. Second child. He is intelligent, brave, honest. Phyllis. Youngest child. She is cutest, sensitive, brave. Parks, a railway porter. He is friendly, kind, hardworking. Old gentleman. Kind-hearted, helpful, resourceful, friendly. So all these characters are including in this novel, and the story revolves around these characters. Background information. Background information regarding this novel: the railway, the Edwardian era, the Dreyfus affair, British canals and barges. What is the railway? The railway is means of transporting people and goods on vehicles, wagon or trains running on rail tracks. It's one of the safest forms of transport. Edwardian era. It was a period from 1901 to 1910 when Edward VII, Victoria's son, was a king. It was a time of great changes. The Dreyfus affair. It was a big political scandal in France in the late 19th, early 20th century. British canals and barges. During the Industrial Revolution, 18th, 19th century, the British canals were very important as at the time the road system was at its very beginning. Theme: Moral values. Theme. What is theme? Theme is the main idea of novel or story. Treason and punishment. Treason. It's mean crime. Crime and punishment. The absent father. Working woman in Edwardian times. So these points regarding to the themes related to this novel. Moral values. Brave, kind-hearted, being good to others. Recapitule of chapter 1. Thinking. My dear students, you have read about the chapter 1. Now think and listen these questions and give the answers to your parents or to your elder siblings. Which characters appear in the chapter? Where are they? What are they talking about? What were the children's names? Who was the youngest child? Where did they live? What present did Peter get for his birthday? Why was the mother sad and pale? So by giving the answer of these questions, you will revise the main events of chapter 1. Social and ethical development. The importance of home and family. Values of loving and respecting one another in the family. We must be respectful to our parents and kind and loving to our siblings. So must learn these points according to your ethical development. The Railway Children Chapter 2 reading. This was the main topic of today's assignment, but it was just a brief introduction to keep in your mind. Reading of chapter 2, pages 7 and 9. 7 to 9. Reading of chapter 2 and listening to the CD provided with the novel. Underline difficult words and enter them in the vocabulary journal along with their meanings. Use any 5 words to make sentences. Note: parents to allow their child to read the passage on their own or listen to chapter 2 on CD. Parents can also encourage loud reading, assisting where required. Parents to ask their child to tell the theme of the chapter 2 orally. The written work is just write 5 words to make sentences. Conclusion. So what we have learned today? We learned a brief introduction of novel, author, characters, theme, moral values. Then we also have learnt about the social and ethical development. Then reading of chapter 2. How to read a chapter 2? By listening the CD, audio, or by reading. Then word sentences. Only 5. How to write sentences. So these are the points that you have learned. Another last point video is also shared separately of chapter 2. Submission of work. Submit your work online through OSP online support program by the following of this given web link. Please enter your correct B form number to upload or check your assignments. I hope you got the lesson and you got an idea what are the things that are included in this novel and how you have to do your word sentences and how you have to read the chapter 2. If there is any question, I will be there. Thank you, my dear students. Watch this movie watch this video, listen carefully, like, comment, and subscribe.